This is 2 Minutes Together, a ministry of Central Lutheran Church, Eugene, Oregon. I'm Pastor Ben. This coming Sunday, we will celebrate Palm Sunday, where we begin our Holy Week. And in Palm Sunday, we recognize Jesus' what we call triumph into Jerusalem, the triumphal entry into Jerusalem, where he enters into Jerusalem like a king, with all the people shouting acclaim and throwing their jackets down and palm branches so that he would not touch the ground. There's a lot of things going on here, but I actually want to explore briefly that language, triumphal entry. And we should recognize that the word triumph is not actually in the text, but it's what we've traditionally called this. But I think actually that theology is good, because a triumph was something specific. A triumph was something that was awarded to Roman generals to celebrate a victory already won. So, for example, when Vespasian goes and conquers what would be later the Jewish revolt, why then he's awarded a triumph and he's able to march through the streets to much acclaim of the whole city. So what would that be saying if this is a triumph? Something of a victory already won. Well, there's a few different things, but I think it's part of how we can celebrate Palm Sunday. Because clearly the people there that day thought Jesus was going to enter into the city of Jerusalem as an earthly king and become the Messiah they'd been waiting for and establish the throne of David. But of course, that's not what happens. When Jesus goes into Jerusalem, he's going to the cross. That this is not going to remain a shout of acclamation, but instead a shout of despair and pain. And yes, that will finally conclude with Easter, with the joy that comes with it. But when Jesus enters, it's a victory already won. Not just that it's going to be, the story's going to end well. It's that it's already been done. And I would suggest when God became human, when the incarnation happened at the birth of Jesus, there the victory was already won. Yes, the life of Jesus needs to continue and the story needs to conclude, but the world had already changed. God had already rectified all of humanity into God's very self. That there was now unity beyond what used to be a chasm, now is together, humans and God, united at last. It's the victory already won. We can shout in acclamation. Thanks be to God. This has been 2 Minutes Together. I'm Pastor Ben.